Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing part 3 of our beginner attacking series on how to attack a volleyball. If you missed part 1 and part 2, be sure to check them out up here. But today we are talking about how to put the approach and the arm swing together. There are many ways to attack a volleyball. A lot of people like to run a really fast offense. There's some slower ones, but because this is a beginner attacking series, we are going to start with the basics and start slow. So the first important thing to think about is to see the set and then start your approach. We don't want to run in early because then we could end up under the ball, the timing could get messed up. So when you have a tosser or a setter, you want the ball to leave their hands so you can see where it's going, and then you start your approach. We talked about having a really aggressive approach and really using your arms to drive up to the ball. That is super important. Because we're waiting to see where the ball goes, we have to be really aggressive with our feet to make sure that we get there with a lot of power and a lot of momentum to be able to jump. Going hand in hand with waiting for the set also comes staying behind the ball and working on your spacing. You want to make sure that you are behind the ball so that when you're reaching up, the ball is just slightly in front of you. That will help you get a nice trajectory on the ball, so when you finish your arm swing, you can bring the ball down. If you get too far underneath the ball, that's when you're gonna hit the ball up in the air. So wait for the set, do a really strong approach, and make sure that you're keeping the ball in front of you at all times. Some common mistakes that I see with beginner volleyball players when they're learning to attack is getting too far under the ball. So if you notice that your attack is going really high and really far out of bounds, there's a really good chance that you're in front of the ball. So that's when it's really important to think about that spacing and to make sure that your arm is extended and slightly in front of you. Another thing that could be happening if the ball is going very far out of bounds is that you're stopping your arm. Remember, in part 2, we talked about the arm swing and how important it is to make sure that you're swinging all the way through the ball every single time. If you're staying behind the ball but you notice that it's still going very far out of bounds, think about swinging through all the way because you're probably stopping your arm. If you notice that you're hitting the ball into the net, you might not be doing a proper spacing on your attack. The ball might be crossing over your hitting shoulder. So that's another important point. When we are hitting, we want to make sure that we are getting the ball over top of our hitting shoulder every time. That makes sure that our body is upright, that we're reaching nice and high so that we can extend over the net and into the court. If I'm right-handed and the ball is getting to my left shoulder, my body automatically dips, and that means the ball has dropped. So it's really important if you're hitting the ball in the net or if you're making some errors that you can't figure out, you might be getting the ball over your wrong shoulder. So ball over the hitting shoulder every single time. The last common mistake I see involves timing. Oftentimes, whenever we see the set getting ready to be released, we start our approach because we really want to hit it. If you are early on your approach, you will be falling from your jump as you're trying to hit. So the chances of you hitting in the net are pretty high. Also, if you're late, that means that the ball is going to be dropping too far by the time you jump. So you're going to be hitting the ball really, really low. Be patient, let the setter release the ball, and then go after it. You want to feel like your body is rising and that you're extending as high as you possibly can when you make contact. If you don't feel like your body is rising and on the way up to hit, your timing is a little off. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for sticking with me for this 3-part How to Attack a Volleyball series. I hope I was able to break it down for you, but if you have any questions, please be sure to let me know in the comments. And until then, I would really appreciate it if you would like this video and subscribe to this channel, and please stay tuned for more volleyball related content. Thanks.